Ladies and gentlemen, today we are about to delve into a subject that challenges the core of what we understand about greatness, destiny, and the struggle that comes with being chosen. The chosen ones, the ones who stand out, who carry greatness, and who are marked by purpose. But why are they often hated the most? Why do those with destiny and vision seem to prevail? When you rise above the ordinary, when you dare to step out of the mold and walk a path that no one has dared to walk before, you automatically challenge everything that people hold dear. The comfort of familiarity, the predictable nature of life, and the safety of the status quo are all threatened. The chosen ones, those individuals with a vision, with a purpose that transcends the average, become the very catalyst for change. In their wake, they leave a world that is uncomfortable because it is forced to face the reality of its own limitations. They confront the norms, the structures, the rules that people have clung to for years. And they force everyone to see that there is another way, a better way. When the chosen ones rise to their potential, they do not simply exist within the parameters set by society. They break free from the boundaries that others accept as limitations. These individuals are not content to follow the well-worn path. Instead, they blaze a trail of their own, carving out new possibilities and new opportunities that no one thought were achievable. This is the essence of greatness, the ability to transcend the boundaries that others are confined by, to move beyond the limitations that others accept as truth, and to create something entirely new that has never been seen before. And this is where the resistance begins. People, for the most part, do not like to be challenged. It is easy to live a life based on what has always been done, to follow in the footsteps of those who have gone before, to simply conform. There is security in the known, and there is comfort in repetition. But the chosen ones come with a new way of thinking, a new perspective that upsets the comfort of the familiar. When they speak of things that are yet to be seen, when they express visions that others cannot yet comprehend, it disturbs the fabric of what people believe to be true. They see these individuals as a threat because their presence demands a shift in mindset, a reevaluation of long-held beliefs and values. The discomfort of this challenge runs deep because it forces others to question their own choices. If someone steps forward and introduces an idea that defies tradition, that challenges the accepted ways of doing things, those who are comfortable in their positions are immediately faced with the question, what if they are right? And this question is unsettling. It disturbs the peace of those who have long lived within the confines of what has always been. It creates an internal struggle, and the response to that struggle is often resistance. But the truth is that the chosen ones are not out to disrupt for the sake of disruption. They are driven by something greater than the desire to create chaos. They are driven by purpose, by a vision that calls them to act. They have been chosen to lead, to inspire, and to break the chains of complacency that bind others. Their very existence serves as a challenge to the status quo, not because they want to cause trouble, but because they are living the reality of their own calling. They cannot help but disrupt the norm because their calling is to lead others to higher places, to greater achievements, to a better way of living. As the chosen ones continue on their journey, they will face resistance. They will be met with criticism, with doubts, and with opposition from those who fear the change they bring. People will attempt to pull them back into the mold, to confine them to the limitations that others have accepted. They will try to silence their voices, to diminish their impact. But no amount of resistance will stop the chosen ones. Their path is clear, and no matter how much the world may try to hold them back, their calling will drive them forward. The truth is that the challenge of the status quo is not something to fear, but something to embrace. It is a sign that you are walking in purpose, that you are fulfilling the unique role you were created for. When you challenge the norm, when you push against the boundaries of what is expected, you are walking in your greatness. The resistance you face is not a sign of failure, but a sign that you are on the right path. You are disrupting the world because you are bringing something greater into existence. And in that disruption, there is power, there is potential, and there is transformation. The world is full of distractions, lies, and deceptions. It is easy to become lost in the noise, to accept the comfortable falsehoods that surround us, and to live in a state of illusion. But those who are chosen, those who have a higher purpose, cannot afford the luxury of living in a lie. They are bound by something greater than mere convenience or comfort. They are bound by truth. And truth, my friends, is not always pleasant. It does not always align with the expectations of the world. And it certainly does not cater to the desires of the masses. Truth is uncompromising, unyielding, and it demands that we face the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. When the chosen ones speak, they speak with conviction. They are not simply sharing opinions or passing along thoughts that are popular or socially accepted. They are declaring a truth that comes from within, a truth that has been forged through experience, through struggle, and through a deep understanding of purpose. Conviction is not a matter of being loud or forceful. It is a matter of being unwavering in what you know to be true. When the chosen ones speak, they do not speak with uncertainty or hesitation. They speak with a confidence that is rooted in their understanding of who they are and what they have been called to do. This conviction is not of their own making. It is a conviction that comes from a deeper source, a source that transcends their circumstances, their fears, and the opinions of others. Truth, however, is not always welcomed. In fact, more often than not, truth is met with resistance. People do not like to hear things that challenge their beliefs, their comfort zones, or their way of life. It is much easier to live in ignorance, to continue believing the lies that have been passed down through generations, than it is to face the uncomfortable reality of truth. The chosen ones, however, are not afraid to bring that truth to light. They do not shy away from the difficult conversations, the painful realities, or the hard truths that others are too afraid to confront. They understand that truth is not meant to make us comfortable, it is meant to set us free. And freedom, true freedom, is never easy to obtain. It requires that we face the truth, no matter how uncomfortable or painful it may be. The chosen ones are willing to pay the price of truth. They are willing to endure the scorn, the rejection, and the hatred that often come with speaking the truth. They know that truth does not always win the approval of the crowd. In fact, it often does the opposite. It divides. It separates those who are willing to accept the truth from those who are content to live in their illusions. It exposes the lies that people have been holding on to, and it forces them to confront their own shortcomings, their own deceptions, and their own fears. This is why truth is so often hated. It forces people to change, to grow, and to face the reality of their own lives. And not everyone is ready for that kind of transformation. But the chosen ones cannot be deterred by the resistance they face. They know that their mission is bigger than any opposition they may encounter. They know that the truth they carry is not just for them, but for the world around them. They understand that they have been entrusted with a message that has the power to change lives, to heal broken hearts, and to transform communities. And so they speak, they declare, and they stand firm in their conviction, no matter the cost. In the face of hatred and rejection, the chosen ones continue to bring truth into the world. They understand that truth is the foundation of all lasting change. Without truth, there can be no real progress, no real healing, and no real transformation. And so they speak boldly, with courage, and with conviction. They know that the truth they carry is the light that will pierce the darkness, the hope that will lift the despair, and the strength that will empower those who are weary. They are not afraid to speak the truth because they know that truth, no matter how difficult, is the key to unlocking the greatness that lies within us all. Success is a powerful force. It does not simply represent an achievement. It represents a transformation, a manifestation of potential that the world can see and acknowledge. The chosen ones, those who rise above mediocrity and live with purpose, experience success in a way that cannot be ignored. But this success, while it should be a celebration, often becomes the very thing that exposes the insecurity in others. The success of the chosen ones acts like a mirror to those around them, reflecting back to them what they have or have not achieved, or what they have or have not become. And this mirror can be uncomfortable for those who have yet to tap into their own potential. When someone rises to greatness, when they accomplish what others deem impossible, it challenges the very notion of what is achievable. It causes people to confront their own fears, limitations, and missed opportunities. The success of others forces them to ask, why not me? And for those who have not yet pursued their own dreams or who have allowed fear to control them, this question can be painful. It is easier to dismiss the success of others than it is to face the reality of one's own complacency. So instead of embracing success as an inspiration, many choose to resent it. They choose to see it as a threat, a reminder of what they have not done, rather than a source of motivation to push forward and achieve their own greatness. Insecurity arises when people are confronted with the truth of their own unrealized potential. The more successful the chosen ones become, the more their success highlights the areas in others' lives that are lacking. It exposes the fears, the doubts, and the self-imposed limitations that have held others back from pursuing their own purpose. The truth is that success has the power to make others feel small, insignificant, or inadequate if they are not living up to their own potential. And when people feel small, they often lash out. They criticize, they judge, they attempt to tear down what they cannot build themselves. This is the dangerous power of insecurity. It distorts the truth, and instead of motivating growth, it encourages destruction. Those who are insecure cannot stand to see others succeed because it forces them to reckon with the uncomfortable reality of their own shortcomings. The chosen ones, however, cannot be deterred by this. They understand that their success is not a reflection of others' failure. Their success is the result of their own purpose, their own vision, and their own commitment to greatness. They do not rise to make others feel inferior. They rise because they understand that they have a unique role to play in the world. But in doing so, they cannot ignore the fact that their success will expose the insecurities of those around them. And this exposure will sometimes lead to criticism, envy, and even hostility. It is a natural reaction from those who have yet to awaken to their own potential. But the chosen ones are not responsible for the insecurities of others. They are responsible for walking in their own purpose, for fulfilling the calling placed on their lives, and for using their success to inspire and uplift those who are willing to see it as a beacon of possibility rather than a threat. Success at its core is not about comparison. It is about realizing one's own potential and stepping into the fullness of who they were created to be. The more the chosen ones succeed, the more they create a space for others to do the same if they are willing to face their insecurities and rise to the challenge. What others do with the success of the chosen ones is beyond their control. The insecurity that emerges is a reflection of the fear and doubt that others have not yet overcome within themselves. The chosen ones, in their wisdom, understand that success is not a weapon to wield against others, but a tool to push forward, to inspire, and to motivate those who are ready to confront their own limitations. It is the insecurity in others that keeps them from seeing success as an opportunity for growth. But the chosen ones are unshaken by the reactions of others. They know that their success is a sign of the power of purpose, and they continue to walk in that power, undeterred by the insecurity they may encounter along the way. The world is full of individuals who struggle to find a place, who search for meaning, purpose, and a sense of fulfillment. But there are those who, by their very existence, embody something that others can only dream of. The chosen ones are the ones who possess a rare gift, a unique purpose that cannot be replicated or replicated by anyone else. This gift is not something that others can simply attain by imitation or desire. It is something that is inherent in the chosen ones. They carry with them something that others can't have. And it is this very uniqueness that causes both admiration and resentment in equal measure. To embody what others can't have is to be a living testament to the extraordinary. There are people who are born into greatness, people who are chosen to lead, to inspire, and to create change in the world. They carry a purpose that is not for everyone to understand, or it is something that is woven into the very fabric of who they are, something that cannot be taught, bought, or earned. For those who are still searching for meaning or who feel lost in their own pursuit, it is hard to understand how someone can possess such an inherent quality. It is difficult to grasp the reality that there are individuals who do not have to chase success. Success chases them. These individuals are not seeking approval or validation from others because they know who they are and what they are meant to do. They carry with them the undeniable sense of purpose that sets them apart from everyone else. And it is this very difference that causes others to look at them with envy, with jealousy, and sometimes with resentment. The frustration that arises from watching someone embody what others can't have is not about the individual themselves, but about the realization that not everyone is destined to carry such greatness. It exposes the limits of others' potential and confronts them with the painful truth that their own dreams may never be realized in the same way. People begin to ask, why them? Why not me? And in the face of this, rather than embracing the greatness of others as a source of inspiration, many choose to resent it. They resent those who seem to have been born with everything they lack. And they resent the fact that the chosen ones seem to embody the very qualities they cannot access. But the truth is that the chosen ones do not exist to make others feel small or inadequate. They are not out to flaunt their gifts or to make others feel less than. They are simply living their purpose, fulfilling the calling placed upon their lives. They cannot help but be who they are, just as others cannot help but be who they are. It is not arrogance or pride that drives them, but a deep understanding of their own purpose and the unique role they are meant to play in the world. The chosen ones understand that their greatness is not for them alone, but for the world around them. They embody what others can't have, not for selfish reasons, but to inspire and uplift those who are ready to realize their own potential. For those who can't see beyond their own limitations, it can be difficult to embrace the reality that someone else has what they desire. But the chosen ones are not responsible for others' inability to recognize their own potential. They are not responsible for the jealousy or the resentment that arises when others look at them. They are only responsible for walking in their purpose, for using their gifts to make a difference, and for living the life they were meant to live. It is the embodiment of something that others can't have that makes the chosen ones such a powerful force in the world. Their very existence is a reminder that greatness is not a matter of circumstance, but of purpose. The chosen ones carry a gift that can never be taken away, a purpose that cannot be altered, and a power that can never be diminished. A power that can never be diminished. And in doing so, they inspire others to look within themselves and realize that they too are capable of achieving greatness. Not by becoming someone else, but by embracing their own unique gifts and purpose. Purpose is not something that can be taken lightly, for it demands more than just desire or ambition. It demands sacrifice. The chosen ones, those who are called to fulfill a higher purpose, understand this truth intimately. They know that the road they must travel is not a path of comfort or convenience, but one that requires deep commitment and personal cost. The world may glamorize success, celebrate achievements, and reward those who rise to the top. But what is often overlooked is the sacrifice that must be made in order to reach that level of greatness. The chosen ones don't just experience success. They endure hardship, pain, and loss as part of their journey. And it is in these moments of sacrifice that their true character is revealed. When you are called to something greater than yourself, it is not just about what you can achieve. It is about what you are willing to let go of in order to fulfill that calling. Sacrifice is not just about giving up material possessions or comforts. It is about letting go of the things that keep you from your destiny. It may require leaving behind relationships that hold you back, stepping away from people who do not understand your vision, or foregoing opportunities that seem appealing but do not align with your higher purpose. The chosen ones understand that their purpose is not their own to shape, but that they have been entrusted with a task that requires them to put everything on the line. In many cases, this sacrifice involves suffering. The chosen ones are not immune to pain, loss, or disappointment. In fact, they may face some of the greatest challenges, obstacles, and setbacks because their purpose demands it. The road to greatness is never smooth, and those who are chosen to lead or inspire others often find themselves walking through the darkest valleys before they reach the heights they are destined for. They may face rejection, ridicule, and betrayal, but these experiences are not signs of failure. They are part of the process. The chosen ones know that every sacrifice, every setback, every moment of pain is a necessary part of the journey. It refines them, shapes them, and prepares them for the greatness that lies ahead. Sacrifice also involves discipline. The chosen ones must be disciplined in their thoughts, their actions, and their decisions. They cannot afford to be distracted by fleeting pleasures, false promises, or the approval of others. They understand that in order to achieve their purpose, they must stay focused, stay committed, and be willing to make difficult choices. This discipline is what sets them apart from those who are simply seeking instant gratification or temporary rewards. The chosen ones know that their success is not a matter of chance or luck. It is the result of their unwavering dedication to their purpose. But sacrifice is not only about what is given up, it is also about what is gained. The true value of sacrifice lies in the transformation it brings. When the chosen ones give up something of lesser value, they create space for something greater to come into their lives. The sacrifices they make are not just for the sake of hardship. They are investments in their future, in the fulfillment of their purpose. The more they sacrifice, the more they align themselves with their destiny. And in the end, the rewards are far greater than anything they could have gained through ease or comfort. The success they achieve is not just personal. It is the fulfillment of a greater calling that benefits not only themselves, but the world around them. The chosen ones are not defined by what they possess, by their material wealth, or by the accolades they receive. They are defined by their commitment to their purpose, their willingness to sacrifice for the greater good, and their determination to see their calling fulfilled. Their lives are a testament to the power of sacrifice, and they serve as an example to others that true greatness is not achieved through ease or comfort, but through dedication, discipline, and the willingness to let go of anything that stands in the way of their higher purpose. Sacrifice is the price of purpose. And those who are chosen to fulfill a greater destiny understand that every sacrifice made brings them one step closer to fulfilling that purpose. They embrace the challenges, the pain, and the loss because they know that their calling is worth it. And in the end, when they have walked the difficult road and fulfilled their purpose, they will find that the sacrifices they made were not in vain. They will have become the person they were always meant to be. And their life will be a living testament to the power of purpose and the price that must be paid to achieve it. Change is a powerful force. It is the catalyst that pushes us beyond the boundaries of what we know, what we are comfortable with, and what we are familiar with. Those who are chosen to lead, to inspire, and to guide others understand that their very presence, their very actions, can ignite a spark of change that forces growth. Growth is never easy. It is uncomfortable, it challenges the status quo, and it demands that we step outside of our comfort zones and embrace the unknown. The chosen ones, however, do not shy away from this responsibility. They do not fear the discomfort that change brings. Rather, they embrace it, knowing that it is the only path to true transformation. When the chosen ones act, they act with the intention to inspire change, not just for the sake of change itself, but for the purpose of growth. They know that growth cannot happen without disruption. The very nature of growth requires that we be shaken from our complacency, that we be forced to question the way we have always done things, and that we be pushed to evolve into something greater. The chosen ones understand that their actions, their words, and their example have the power to stir something within others, to awaken potential, and to challenge people to rise above their limitations. Inspiring change is not about making people feel comfortable or satisfied with the way things are. It is about encouraging them to see the possibilities that lie beyond their current circumstances. The chosen ones understand that true leadership is not about maintaining the status quo or pleasing the masses. It is about challenging others to become the best version of themselves, even when it is uncomfortable, even when it requires sacrifice, and even when it forces them to confront their deepest fears and insecurities. Change that forces growth is not gentle. It is not something that happens quietly or passively. It is something that shakes the very foundation of who we are, challenging everything we thought we knew and pushing us to rise to a new level of understanding and capability. But growth, as powerful as it is often met with resistance. People do not naturally embrace change, especially when it forces them to look at themselves in ways they are not ready to face. The chosen ones understand that their role is not to make people feel good, but to make them face the truth. And the truth, as uncomfortable as it may be, is the only thing that will lead to growth. When people are forced to confront their limitations, their fears, and their weaknesses, it creates a tension that can either paralyze them or propel them forward. The chosen ones are the ones who have the courage to create that tension, to force others to see beyond their current circumstances, and to help them realize that they are capable of much more than they ever imagined. Now, the change they inspire is not a superficial change. It is a deep internal transformation. It is a change that goes beyond external appearances or temporary solutions. The chosen ones understand that true growth comes from within. It comes from a shift in mindset, a change in perspective, and a willingness to break free from the chains of fear and doubt that hold us back. The growth that they inspire forces people to confront the limitations they have placed on themselves and to embrace the limitless potential that lies within them. But inspiring change that forces growth is not always met with immediate success or widespread approval. Change is difficult, and people often resist it because it requires them to leave behind the comfort of the familiar. The chosen ones, however, do not measure their success by the acceptance they receive from others. They measure their success by the transformation they inspire, by the lives they change, and by the impact they have on those who are willing to grow. They understand that growth is a process, and that not everyone is ready to embrace the challenge. But for those who are willing to step into the discomfort, who are willing to face their fears and limitations, the growth that follows will be life-changing. Inspiring change that forces growth is not about having all the answers or making everything easy. It is about leading others through the process of transformation, helping them see the potential within themselves, and empowering them to take the necessary steps to rise above their circumstances. The chosen ones understand that their purpose is to be a catalyst for that change, to spark something in others that cannot be extinguished, and to help them realize that the power to grow, to evolve, and to transform lies within them. The change they inspire is not just a change of circumstances. It is a change of heart, a change of mind, and a change of soul. It is a change that forces growth, and it is the kind of growth that leads to true greatness. In conclusion, the chosen ones are often hated not because they have done something wrong, but because their very existence challenges others to become better. They are hated not because of their weakness, but because of their strength. They are hated not because they have failed, but because they succeed in ways that expose the fears, insecurities, and untapped potential of those around them. But here's the truth. The more they hate, the more they reveal the power of the chosen ones. For the chosen ones, the hatred they face is not a reflection of who they are, but a reflection of the greatness they carry within. And that greatness will always rise, no matter the opposition. Thank you.